So one of the things that we're thinking about, and one of the reasons why we're at this conference this morning, is mobile. So we've made a significant investment in opening an office in Palo Alto, which is going to be the center of our research and development for mobile. So we just launched a platform which allows people to capture mobile video and distribute it on Dailymotion to our 200 million unique visitors around the globe. But we are going to continue to be at the forefront of innovation for mobile, and we think being part of the ecosystem in Palo Alto and Silicon Valley is going to help us, achieve those goals.
So, Roland, how big is mobile for you guys? We read, about YouTube a couple weeks ago. They put out that 40% number. Where is it for you guys globally, and how is it shaping up in some markets, including Japan?
So what's really interesting is to think about how far we've come. Just 2.5 years ago, we were less than 5% mobile, and it's very heavily skewed toward desktop. Now we're at 30% globally and almost 30% in the US. But what's interesting about Dailymotion is that, since we're an international platform, we are able to have a window into all of these different markets across the globe. We just opened an office in Japan, and it's one of our biggest markets. And this is one of the first markets where we found that mobile has overtaken desktop in terms of traffic. And so, we get to see also a window in usage habits, in all of those markets that can inform our decisions in other markets like the US and in Europe.
So tell us about the opportunities for brands on mobile, because it's different, isn't it? I mean, rather than the desktop. So tell us sort of what you guys are working with and where things have to go in terms of creative, the medium that's either adjacent or part of mobile video.
So there's a couple things that we think about. We think about the data that we can get from mobile, and there's some unique things: location data, specific usage data, specific demographic data, and we're trying to integrate that into an overall strategy with a DMP partner. We also look at the creative and what's the best format. If you have a short format on mobile, maybe a 30-second pre-roll isn't the most ideal format. So we're looking at stuff like skippable pre-roll, brand integrations, things that are more native to the mobile platform and are more integrated, which is a better experience both for our visitors and also for our advertisers.
So what is the opportunity for brands, and how do you position that, and what are they looking for? I mean, it's not one size fits all, but maybe some anecdotes.
Well, I think it fits for us in two buckets. There's the programmatic side and wanting to buy pre-roll at scale and overlay data, both our first-party data and our third-party data, and really allow an easy way to access our inventory. And then on the other side of the spectrum is the custom integrations that we do. And that can be everything from what we do in a takeover on a homepage with a custom masthead to original video content that we produce through the Dailymotion studio.
And we'll be hearing a little bit about Nielsen and some innovations. They have some big news about making mobile more addressable.
Absolutely.
Where do things stand? I mean, that's been sort of a question. There's been the addressability around location, but not that much more. What do you think is needed in terms of making mobile a more effective platform?
It's a good question. I think that it's being able to integrate across all platforms, and I think that that's something that Nielsen and also Comscore are at the forefront of, and being able to see what your incremental reach is, what your demographic reach is, what your GRP reach is, and to really be able to not look at video as siloed in each platform, but across all platforms. And I think that's the code that we're trying to crack, first with demographic data, but then to layer in all the rich data that we have in the interactive space.
And as far as programmatic, and I know you guys you've been involved with programmatic, does programmatic also work for you in mobile, or where does that stand in terms of programmatic being effective? I guess it's part of the whole data transformation, but tell us about programmatic and mobile video.
So it will, and we'll be announcing some integration in the next 6 weeks or so, depending on the launch date. And I think programmatic is, we're going where the market is going. The market is going towards programmatic. We want to allow an ease for buyers to be able to access our inventory, and we're doing that with the programmatic channel.